So for this lesson, I'm going to introduce you to a new concept which works really well on the acoustic guitar. And this is the concept of playing open voiced chords. Now, traditionally, when you play a major or a minor chord, we use what's referred to as a close voicing. And a close voicing means that the notes kind of harmonically are close together. There's not big intervallic jumps. So in other words, C, all those notes are in order, the same as if I play a D minor. You know, they're very close together in terms of the structure harmonically. Now, open voicings are a little bit more like the way you would play on a piano, where you get more space between the notes. It gives it a much more open sound. And we can actually apply that technique to the acoustic guitar by utilizing the open strings. Now, the way that we're going to look at this is we're going to look at the harmonized major scale. Now, I don't want to go too much into the detail of how the harmonized major scale is constructed. We've spoken about chords 1, 4, and 5 from the C major scale. There are, in fact, 7 chords in the major scale. Each chord is constructed from each note of the scale. So a major scale has 7 notes. Those give you 7 root notes. And we have a formula, which is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And that formula is consistent through all major keys. And learning about the harmonized major scale makes it really easy for you to play chord progressions, find chords that work together, as well as be able to analyze your favorite songs and look at them and think, oh, it comes from this key. So before we get into this, let me just play you the harmonized major scale in the open position. We have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, slightly unusual chord, which is B diminished, and C major. And you can hear the major scale ascending when you play through those chords. Now, the concept I'm going to be presenting to you actually only uses 2 notes of either the major, minor, or diminished chord, and it's based around a root and a third, except the third is played an octave higher. When you play a C major chord, the third is falling very close to the root note. So what we're going to be doing is playing a shape on the A and the B string. Now, to play a C major, we're just simply going to play the 3rd fret A and the 5th fret B. Root and third. To play a D minor, 5 on the A, 6 on the B. An E minor, we can play 7 on the A and 8 on the B. F major, 8 on the A, 10 on the B. G major, 10 on the A and 12 on the B. A minor, 12 on the A and 13 on the B. B diminished is the same as the minor shape, actually. We're missing out the note that makes it diminished. We're just playing the root and third or the root and minor third. So that's 14 on the A and 15 on the B. And if you can get your hand in there, 15 on the A and 17 on the B. And you can hear the major scale. Now, something we can do with this is we can once again take advantage of our open strings. Now, when I'm playing this, I tend to mute out the D string. I think that note, although it works, it's a little bit too low in the chord. So what I tend to do is lay my first finger so it touches the D string. I think that's kind of a nice thing to do. But if you can't achieve that, don't worry, you can still play the open D. So basically, I would strum. What a beautiful sound for a C major chord. You've got the A string, the G open, the B fretted, and the open top E. Move that up to our D minor. Once again, I'm going to mute the D string. Move up to E minor. I'm muting the D string again. F major. G major, A minor, B diminished, and if you can get your hand in there, there's the octave of C. Now, by introducing those open strings to the open voice chord shape, that root and third with all that space, it gives you such a beautiful sounding set of chords. Okay, so let's just practice for those chords with a single strum. Here we go. Okay, so now it's your turn to practice through our open voice chord shapes. Like I said, you can include that D string. It will work. Just for my taste, it's a little bit too low in the chord, but if you do strike that note, it's absolutely fine. But again, just enjoy the sound of the ascending, those thirds, but in relationship to those open strings. And it really gives you a beautiful take on playing the harmonized major scale.